Hi there, my name's Tamara Nozick. I'm a singing teacher living in New York City, and today I'm going to share with you some of my top tips for auditions. I'm going to list 10. Number 10 is my personal favorite, and keep in mind that you might have heard these audition tips before, you might have had a teacher share them, but these are ones that I commonly share with my students. So starting off with number 1 is that you should definitely know, to the best of your knowledge, about the thing that you're auditioning for. For example, if you're auditioning for a musical, let's say The Little Mermaid, you want to know as much as you can about The Little Mermaid. So the characters in the play, try and get a little bit of background history on it, when the musical was written, who wrote it, Alan Menken, and all that sort of stuff. So then when you go into audition, you have a general idea about what you're auditioning for. Also, if you're auditioning for something like a band, maybe try and get as much information as you can on when the band started, what kind of repertoire they sing, and that sort of stuff. Number 2 is follow the audition guidelines. Often for parts or roles, they list exactly what they're looking for or what repertoire they'd like you to sing. Make sure you look at that and read that clearly so you can prepare adequately. Number 3 is know the repertoire you're auditioning with. Make sure that when you go in to audition that you are as prepared as possible. If you go in and you don't quite know the whole song that you're expected to sing or you prepared, you're not going to look professional. You always want to go in as prepared as possible. That means know your song really well, know the lyric, don't sing it with the aid of sheet music unless it's a sight read. That's sometimes a little different, but you should always have your songs ready and prepared and learned by heart. Number 4 is understand the requested tempos. Often in auditions, they ask you to prepare perhaps 2 songs or 3 songs with different tempos. Definitely make sure you understand what a tempo is. For example, if they ask you for a slow song and an upbeat song, don't prepare 2 slow songs or try and make the slow song just a little bit faster. If they're asking for something upbeat, find an upbeat song. And if they're asking for a slow song, like a ballad or a love song, make sure that it fits what is described that they're looking for. They often want to hear you sing different styles and contrasting styles or contrasting tempos, so then you can show what you're able to sing, because you don't want to be pocketed as someone who can only sing one kind of style. Number 5 is try to avoid singing songs off the do not sing list. This doesn't mean that you can never sing songs on this list, but I would highly suggest that if you look at that list and there's a song that you like to sing on there, contemplate maybe choosing something a bit more unique or a bit more current, and try to stay away from that list in auditions. These are songs that often auditioners have heard a million times and they're just so over hearing them. And even if you can sing it really, really, really well, it's a good idea to try and stay clear of that list. To find that list, you just Google do not sing list. Number 6 is pick repertoire in the audition that showcase your singing to the best of your ability. In saying that, try to not pick songs that you can't quite sing perfectly. If there's a number of notes that you're a bit shaky on or your belt's a bit funny, I would err on the side of caution and pick songs that really showcase your voice and you feel really comfortable with. Number 7 is a personal favorite, which is be prepared for the unexpected. You can be as prepared as possible, but sometimes things happen in auditions that you don't expect. They might ask you to sing your song, and instead of singing the part that you might have prepped, sing another part of the song. Or sometimes they throw you in and say, can you sing this song from the musical or the band? And you have to just be ready to be open-minded and give it a go. Sometimes they're testing how willing you are in situations. So always go in and be prepared that and open-minded that you could do something outside of what you had envisioned. Number 8 is one I don't really want to talk about, but I thought I would mention that if you get alarm bells or red flags in your audition, you don't have to stay. You can leave. And you want to keep your integrity in audition. So if the audition panel or person asks you to do something that's outside of your comfort zone, You don't have to do that. Now, if it means that you lose the part, I'm really sorry about that, but what's most important is your integrity. For example, a friend of mine loves musical theater, she does a lot of shows, and they asked her in the audition to go and be coupled up with another auditioner and do lots of like handsy feeling, touching things in the audition, and she felt super ick by the whole thing. The worst part is she just kind of went through it and she didn't get the part anyway, and afterwards she was like, I wish I just didn't do that. So if you feel uncomfortable at any point, you can either express yourself and say, I'm not really feeling this, or can I have a different alternative to the action or song you've asked me to sing, or you just leave. Okay, so at the end of the day, listen to your gut, because your gut is often right. 9 is really important, which is just be kind and respectful to everyone. That means everyone, from the person who's lining you up to the accompanist to the audition panelist. You want to make sure that you are kind and generous and respectful to everyone that you meet. You don't have to be best friends with everyone. Oftentimes in auditions you have to sit around with other contestants and it can be a bit boring. You don't have to be everyone's best friend, but you have to be kind, and it helps. And you never know, sometimes this information, if you're rude to someone or unkind, it can get back to the auditioners. And number 10, which is my personal favorite, is move on immediately. As soon as you've done the audition and you've done a great job and you walk out, that's it, move on. Go do something else, maybe do some practice, maybe line up some different audition, maybe line up a different gig, but make sure you get right back on that horse and don't overthink the audition, because you will drive yourself crazy and you will go over and over and over what happened. And although it's good to reflect, you don't want to go too deep into that and make yourself worry or anxious. So if you can, try and line something else up and do something positive to yourself, whether it's singing or just doing a personal, walk in the park, or I don't know, something that makes you feel good, because well done to you for auditioning. Anyway, that's my top 10 tips for auditioning. I hope 1 or 2 of them was helpful to you or helped remind you of the importance of it. Until then, I wish you all the best on your auditions and happy singing. Bye now. Are you passionate about singing? If the answer is yes, then be sure to subscribe to the Happy Singing channel, where I try to make singer stuff super simple. Every month, new videos are launched focusing on singing and its devices. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on information which could help you become a better singer.